Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Foolish Fish Esoteric News with your weekly updates on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to miskatonicbooks.com for sponsoring the show. A big thank you to miskatonicbooks.com, who are just the most amazing resource if you're interested in esoteric and occult books. And you find it difficult to find some books that are published only in a few exemplars because they're published by independent publishers, then head over to miskatonicbooks.com and you'll find just, books that have sold out for a long time, books that are very difficult to pre-order, books that are just difficult to get your hands on. And if there is an esoteric or an occult book that you're having trouble finding, miskatonicbooks.com likely have it on their shelves. So go and check them out, and also go and check out what the most recent books to have been published are, because they've likely got it coming in or already on their shelves. They've likely got some books that are out of print. They've likely got some books that have been published outside of the United States, so you skip the shipping fees and things like this. Just a very awesome resource for occult book lovers like you and me. So that's miskatonicbooks.com. Go and check out their links down in the description. Let's start off this week, folks, with some news from Ouroboros Press. Now, they are so close to my heart. I love what Ouroboros Press have done in the past, and they kind of dropped off my radar for a little while. I guess they didn't really come out with anything very new last year, but it's looking like they've got a bunch of new offerings, the first of which is this Speculum Sophicum Rhodostauroticum, so the mirror of the wisdom of the Rosy Cross. Please note that this item is currently in production for fall 2025. So everything that I'm going to tell you about from Ouroboros Press for the moment is upcoming. So this is an octavo size book. It's saddle stitched in printed covers, 44 pages, illustrated and ornamented. I don't know what imprinted covers means, but I guess we'll find out quite soon. Not 100% sure. They have changed the format of their books. They used to be one of the most beautifully produced publication house in existence, but then they moved into a slightly cheaper printing solution, which was still very nice. I don't know what this new version of Ouroboros Press is going to be, but certainly the contents are always great, and it's going to be good. You know it's going to be good. So yeah, something to look out for. Available to pre-order already if you're interested. Let me just put that a little bit later, because I've got two more items from Ouroboros Press to talk to you about. First of all, the Rosicrucian Mystery Set, and it's being issued to introduce some of the principles and symbols of the Rosicrucians to new seekers, and to honor these traditions for those who already observe them. This set presents two Rosicrucian practices, one ceremonial and one meditative. These practices are designed for protection, peace, and healing. A handmade rose cross accompanies the tracts for devotional and altar use. So taking a closer look at that, one of the things that Ouroboros Press have been known for is their letterpress process, and they used to print all of those covers. I wonder if that's what they were talking about over here in printed covers. I wonder if they're talking about a letterpress, like hand press printed cover. That would be very cool indeed. I hope that's what it means, but I can't be sure, I'm afraid. So let's take a slightly closer look at these items here. This is the Rose Cross, interesting. And yeah, this is the... I don't know if it's just me. I think I can see some kind of embossing here, some kind of lighter shade, like around the some sides of the letters. Maybe it is in fact letterpress printed card. That would be very cool, very, very cool indeed. And so yeah, so this looks like a little tract, potentially, possibly. Yeah, you can see the kind of bent on the edge there, suggesting that it could be a little booklet. Your guess is as good as mine, right? Unfortunately, but if you're interested in Rosicrucianism, it could be something to look further into. And then they have been asked to reprint or to make a printing of Christian Rosenkreuz's The Chymical Wedding, probably the most well-known Rosicrucian artifact, really. Let's see. So Ouroboros Press has received many requests to publish an edition of the Chymical Wedding of Christian Rosenkreuz, over the years. I'm very pleased to announce that we are about to do just that. The press has commissioned woodcut artist Dexter Brightman to make special illustrations for the project, several full-page illustrations, an exquisite portrait of Johann Valentine Andrea, and ornamental decorations by Brightman bring this classic Rosicrucian text alive, augmenting the Renaissance style. These woodcuts provide... we have selected the dove's typeface as complementary to the overall design of the book. Very limited number of copies of the woodcut portrait of André will be printed by hand on an antique printing press by the artist to raise funds towards the printing of the book. Special deluxe bindings will also be offered for this publication. To be put on the notification list for this title, email ouroborospress@bookarts.org with the subject line Chymical Wedding. So now you know what to do if you're interested in at least getting onto a notifications mailing list. All right, folks, let's move on to news from Hilda, who seem to have news every week at the moment. They are publishing The Younger Futhark, Viking Age Runes by Jackie Alberts and Joseph S. Hopkins, introduced by John Lindo. And this is, it just seems like a very beautiful exploration of the Younger Futhark, which is a version of the runes, right? I believe there are at least 3 versions of the runes that I know of, and I don't know very much about runes. So yeah, you can take a close look at how beautifully produced these books are. They're always gorgeous. They're always beautiful in form and in presentation, and useful contents, right? I think this is very cool, very, very, very nice. I like their use of negative space in their books. It's always tasteful and beautiful, and yeah, as I say, useful, especially if you're into Norse magic. And by all means, have a look at everything else that hildir.com offer, because they've got some very cool titles right there. I think that if I could pick any up right now, I would probably pick up the Galdra Bock and the Galdra Staffir and Freya's Apples. Those are the ones that particularly appeal to me. But they all look very, very interesting. You've got the Elder Futhark over here as well to complement your Younger Futhark right there. What else do we have? News from Fulgur Press, who have recently, 5 days ago at the time of recording, we have just received the unbound running sheets for M.E. Warlick's groundbreaking book, The Alchemical Feminine, Women, Gender and Sexuality in Alchemical Images. Over 300 richly illustrated pages, this sweeping analysis aims to explore the important early role of women in a field increasingly dominated by men. We will be opening the pre-order in a few weeks, and we'll share full details then, and perhaps even news of the launch party. Now, Folger Press are known for their very high quality color print books on occult topics of very, very high quality, contents, very high quality presentation. They're always an absolute pleasure. And so it's worth keeping an eye out, taking maybe finding them on Instagram or finding them on social media, or just subscribing to a mail letter or something along those lines, just to keep updated, because this is going to be a very cool publication, something to keep an eye out for, right? Okay, a couple of more mass market books over here. We've got Shadows and Bonds, The Magical Teachings of Giordano Bruno. This is a paperback that came out very recently, August 27th. This book is a journey into the heart of Renaissance magic through the prodigious intellect of Giordano Bruno, philosopher, poet, and magus. Shadows and Bonds traces the philosophical currents that shaped Bruno's thought, his reformulation of the art of memory as a magical instrument, and the influence of esoteric and operative traditions drawing from the work of figures such as Trithemius. Agrippa and Della Porta, I see, that wasn't meant to be a new line. It engages directly with Bruno's own writings, from where selected extracts presented alongside extensive commentary provide a progressive and comprehensive guide to the foundations of his system, its theories and practices. I think that if you're interested in Giordano Bruno at all and his magic, then this will be of great interest. Links to that are found in the description down below, and any of the links that you find that are Amazon links will be Amazon associate links, so I get a small commission if you use those links to reach Amazon. Anything that you put in your cart during that session, I'll get Amazon will send me a little commission at no extra expense for you. So thank you very much to all of you who take the trouble to do that. And then the second book that I found on Amazon this week is this one, the Encyclopedia of Occultism, which is coming out in just 5 days' time at the time of recording. Hermetic Initiation through the Major Arcana of the Tarot. And this is looking kind of interesting to me. Let's take a look. Whoever studies this encyclopedia and applies its instructions can confidently take on the special branches of occult initiation, such as Kabbalistic, magical, and hermetic cycles. Additionally, it includes instructions for developing one's intuition and realizational power. The author, Grigory Otonovich Mebes, pronounces Myobes? This doesn't help. Miobes? I don't know. A Russian nobleman, mathematics professor, and member of the French Martinist order, presented a lecture course on the general theory and practice of occultism in 1911-1912 in St. Petersburg. The course was aptly named A Course of the Encyclopedia of Occultism. Later, these lectures were compiled into a book, which has now been translated into elegant English. So that's, potentially something for many of you and that you'll find interesting. All right, let's move on to Micah Ulrich's web store, which has been closed for the past month, but he's just opened it again, and I wanted to show you this because I find it so cool. So you might recognize Micah Ulrich from his tarot deck, which I'll show you in a few moments, but what I didn't know is that he does tattoo designs. So he doesn't do tattoos himself, but he does tattoo designs that you can download as a digital download for a set price, as you can see, and they are just utterly beautiful. So yeah, I think there's a set number of different designs that he offers, and yeah, I thought some of you might be curious, might be interested in seeing some of these designs that you can just take to your tattoo artist and ask to be applied. But yes, you might recognize him from this beautiful tarot deck, which just really does it for me. It's lovely stuff. I've featured it in the past, excuse me. But yeah, do take a look at his tattoo flashes if you enjoy tattoos. All right, this is an Etsy store that I spotted this last week, actually, and it was this wand that completely grabbed my attention. So let me give you a closer look here. The creator is based in Australia, I believe, and this is a labradorite spruce wand. It's one of many wands that he's got on offer, and it's just gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, I'll just let it speak for itself. Let's take a look at the little video that he's recorded. I just find that very beautiful. I like it a lot. And there are several ones in a similar style with different crystals, but yes, some of them are kind of like little crystals on the inside, like do you call them geodesites, something like that? I'll show you what they look like in a moment. Let me just come back over here. Maybe we'll find one. There we go. This one right here. It's kind of giving you a little idea of what else he's got on the store, just in terms of wands, because there's quite a lot on the store, and I believe the rest of his family have stores as well, doing various magical things. Very cool stuff indeed. So that is Matty's Pagan Creations. Definitely go and check that out. He's got a Facebook page as well, where he features some of the stuff from that the rest of his family do. Yeah, really nice stuff in general. What else do we have? Jack Grail is relaunching PGM Praxis Part 2. So he called it Part 2, I guess, to entice people who'd done Part 1, although I don't think anyone who'd done Part 1 would need enticing. I think that anyone who'd done Part 1 would probably look at anything that Jack Grail's done and go, yes, I'll do that, thank you very much. But it's not really Part 2, because Part 1 isn't really Part 1. Every lesson, every one of these 50 lessons of this course is a standalone lesson. And so this is just more of these standalone lessons. You can take the entire course and just pick out 3 lessons to watch and completely grasp what is being said in those lessons. It's not a natural succession where you need to have learned lesson number 1 in order to move on to lesson part 2 and lesson part 3 and so on and so forth. You can skip 3 in a row and still be on board. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. You know, every time that Jack Grail launches a new cohort for any of his classes, I let you know about it, because in my opinion, in the courses sphere of magical courses, I think Jack Grail's courses are the best value for money that you can possibly get. Even better value than my courses. And yeah, by the way, little plug, go and check out foolishfish.net for the course that I'll be running on the 4th of October on practical magic. Little aside. Anyway, links to that down below. But if you do nothing else, folks, even if you don't take my course, do go and check out Jack Grail's courses. Hail Hecate, PGM Praxis, and PGM Praxis. PGM Practice 50 Rites for 50 Nights is the first collection, and then PGM Praxis 2 being the second collection, called The Kingdom, and that's the one that's starting on September 26th. So that's tomorrow for me at the time of recording, because I record this on Thursdays, so that Foolish Fish members can see my videos one day before everyone else, and get the drop on pre-orders of limited edition books and things like that. But for many of you, that's actually today. These courses usually stay enrollable for the first couple of weeks because they're recorded videos, and if you enroll a couple of weeks later, it doesn't really matter. You can just catch up on the first couple of videos that have been released. But my recommendation is just to go ahead and blindly subscribe and to this course. Just head over to theblackthornschool.com and you'll see that Jack Grail's courses are featured prominently over here. You'll see a few other very, very cool courses on this website as well. So yeah, just to let you know, PGM2 is starting again tomorrow, or today for many of you watching. Okay, we've got witchlessons.com. So this is Sarah Mastros, who has got a new course called Working with the Dead, A Witch's Guide. This is a full course, and let's take a closer look. A 6-month course in working with the dead for magicians with basic trance, divination, and conjuration skills. If you've taken Sarah's Intro to Witchcraft course, you know everything you need. You can set up a payment plan by choosing the PayPal Pay Later option in the checkout card. If you'd like to discuss your background and decide if this course is right for you, send Sarah an email over here. You can also email to inquire about applying for a scholarship or to set up a custom payment plan. So live lessons will be Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern, and she expects each lesson to be around 3 hours, including questions and answers. Okay, so let's take a look. We get Memento Mori, Healing Grief, Confronting Mortality on Sunday, October 5th. The Mighty Dead, Catabasis and Underworld Geography. Ancestors, Landcestors, and The Beloved Dead, etc. Listening to the Dead, Speaking for the Dead, The Unquiet Dead, and The Great Cycle, happening all the way over in March 15th. So that's pretty exciting news from Sarah. And then David Hines-Smith also has a course, or a class, should I say. No, it is a course, 4 sessions, called The Kabbalistic Mirror of Eden. Let's take a look at this. The 4-session Zoom course will present a rare, non-traditional glimpse into the Kabbalistic symbolism of the Garden of Eden metaphor. The material is based on Genesis chapter 2 and will map out a detailed esoteric model of the mind's cognitive range using biblical symbology. That sounds exciting, doesn't it? Themes will include the 2 trees of the garden, the role of conceptuality in perception, the non-dual nature of phenomena, the transmutation of klipot into visionary transparencies, and the development of Gnostic realization in mystical contemplation. So it's based on the book The Kabbalistic Mirror of Genesis from 2007, but will go far beyond the published text. It's not necessary to have studied the book, as the material has evolved over the past 18 years, through a working familiarity with basic Kabbalah, though working familiarity with basic Kabbalah is recommended. I would imagine so. So that's 4 Sundays on Zoom starting November 2nd. That's pretty exciting stuff. And then finally, my board game of the week is Cults of London, and that is it's Historica, Arcanum, Cults of London. It's a deck building, card drafting game, and area control game. So you're different cults of London at the turn of the La Belle Époque, at the turn of the century, right? And you are vying for control of the London occult scene. It sounds exciting, right? Sounds like fun. Excuse me. I'm not the biggest fan of area control games, but if you enjoyed games like Blood Rage, then this one might actually be for you, or it might actually be for you if you just like the theme, to be honest. I do expect this to be for the more advanced board gamer. If your experience of board games has been, I don't know, mostly Monopoly, then no, this is not going to be for you. But you know, you'll know if you consider yourself an advanced board gamer. And yeah, it looks kind of cool. The base game with just standees is coming in at $80. That's not a small amount of money, but the deluxe edition with everything, with all the expansions and with miniatures is coming in at $160. So yeah, it's not a game that I'll be getting for myself, that's for sure. But some of you out there might be interested. I certainly find the theme an interesting one. There we go. That's about it from me for this week. Do check out my website, folks, foolishfish.net, and there is a newsletter that you can subscribe to now. If you actually just go over to foolishfish.net and hit on one of the links that I'll leave all over the place, don't worry, you'll definitely find one either in the description or in the comments down below. The first thing that you'll see, if you just wait like 2 seconds, it'll pop up, do you want to sign up to the newsletter? And if you sign up to the newsletter, then I'll let you know directly whenever I've got anything particularly exciting to announce, which isn't very often, by the way, so don't worry, I'm not going to be bombarding you with emails. Maximum of 1 or possibly 2 per month, right? Like on a very good month, it'll be 2 maybe. But for now, yeah, it's just going to be announcing when I've got a new course coming up, and the next course that I've got coming up starts on the 4th of October with 3 sessions on just thaumaturgy, so the practice of doing magic that has an effect on the world around you. That's the idea. Exploring the various techniques, traditional, modern, and techniques that you can use yourself. From the absolute beginner to the advanced practitioner, everyone should find something of value in this course, and I'm really looking forward to it. And quite a few of you have already signed up, have already enrolled. I'm so excited to do this, and I just want to send a big thank you to all the Patreon and YouTube subscribers. I wanted to apologize to the YouTube members who have struggled to get onto the Discord recently. There was a problem, and my most profound apologies to you all, and thank you to those of you who helped me to sort that out, and everything's fine now. You should be able to, if you've been struggling to get onto the Discord, you should be able to get on without any problems once again. So yeah, that's all fixed, and so sorry for the little glitch there. The thing is, it was a couple of weeks. And that's going to be about it from me. Thank you so much for watching, to everyone. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe down below if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care. Bye bye.